Hey everybody, it's me, Russ Shaw, doing a YouTube for the first time in a few years. I stopped doing YouTube stuff because no one was listening. I don't know. It was I had I think 3 views on the last one when I stopped. But that's not really why I stopped, if I'm honest. Uh, this is my basement. Welcome. One of the things about the basement, I could have done this on my leather couch upstairs, but the basement here is, I got my little stereo over here that I got from not little, it's actually pretty big. Got my stereo down here that I got from the thrift stores up the street, and it plays music in the backyard, but most of this is just basement stuff. Got the open pipes, the wires, this is toolbox, tools. Um, could have done this on the leather couch upstairs, but I thought, the basement, this is where not most people who come to my house see, right? Like most of the folks who come in, they see the upstairs, they see the presentation, right? The kitchen, the living room, um, the TV, whatever it is. Down here is where, if something goes wrong, you feel it up there, right? You know, pipe bursts, electrical isn't working right. Uh, that's that's part of why I'm in the basement. It's part of the whole idea, the whole motivation towards the ASI podcast and this ministry. But I'm getting back to some of the attitudes that I started ASI with, and hopefully that's encouraging, because it was encouraging in the beginning. Um, I was more encouraging then. I was more encouraged then. I lived more from the purpose and motivation of my faith than I did kind of beating myself up, or the obedience versus, faith, right? Um, we will obey something. That's something that I've learned. You're not unobedient. We're creatures who are going to be obedient. You will get up in the morning and you will serve. You will serve someone. If you have a job, you're going to serve your boss. If your stomach, you're going to need to eat. You're going to have to serve that. We are creatures who obey, and that's part of the good news of recovery. But the last few videos I made are the dragons of, idolatry and doing theology stuff and getting heady, and a lot of that was Mars Hill Church. Not that I blame Mars Hill Church. Mars Hill Church fell. Um, was I influenced by some of that? Yeah, we're creatures of conformity. I don't think I lost my entire message. I didn't agree with everything that they did at Mars Hill, of course. I never got involved in leadership there. I was pretty content to do this ministry, and it keeps me pretty busy. So, but one of the things that I did realize, going back and watching some of those old YouTube videos in my van, driving around, was, I think the last video that I posted, it was true. There's stuff in there. I believe it. That's good stuff. But there's a message that I had in the beginning that was more impactful from the heart. It wasn't just shoulds and ought tos. It wasn't just beliefs. It was getting to the grit and the underneath of why we believe. It's not enough to just believe. I believe that if I eat better, I won't be as overweight as I am. But me believing that doesn't make me any thinner, right? Doesn't make me eat any healthier. The heart level want to is something that the Holy Spirit stirs up. It's something that comes from our being. Like my interview with Paul Young, wholeness is when the way the truth of our being meets the way of our being, right? Like, I know the truth of my being. We can talk about that, and that's what some of those old posts that I did on the YouTube channel before were like that, right? Just talking about the truth this, the truth that. But when the truth of your being meets the way of your being, that intersection, that tension, is what I want to get back to. Alright? And getting back to that is what I'm excited about. Getting back to the fact that there is no tomorrow. Alright? Jesus said tomorrow will have enough troubles of its own. It's very true. Living in today means that's where we're at. There is no tomorrow. Like my grandma used to tell me, just joking around, tomorrow never comes. You notice it's never tomorrow, she would say when I was a little kid. I'm like, yeah, that's true. So I pray that this new season of the ASI podcast and doing more of these YouTube videos will encourage and give some fuel to the heart, hopefully. I'm out. Turn this thing off. Here we go. Stop recording. Later. Bye.